Okay.
Hey.
Here it is.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey. Y'all
Come
know
on.
what time it is.
It's the iBall Live. Hey, come
Get
on.
it?
It's the iBall Live.
Get it?
It's the iBall Live.
Get it?
It's the iBall Live. Let's go.
Come on in,
Come on.
everybody. Come
Hey.
on in.
Come on.
Come on in, everybody. Come on in.
Come on.
Come
Hey.
on in,
Hey.
everybody. Come on
Everybody.
in. Come on in, everybody. Why? Why? Because it's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live. Get
Okay.
it? It's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live. Let's go. What up, what up, what up, and welcome to another episode of the iBall Radio Live Call-In Show. I'm your host, Derek Williams, also known as D-Will, the coach, and I'm in the building with my guy on the ones and twos, producer extraordinaire,
Yo.
Breezy in the building. What up, Breeze?
What's good?
Yes, sir. Another day, another dollar inside the iBall Radio Live Studios here in Montgomery, Alabama.
Okay.
And it feels like a long time,
Boy,
Breezy.
I feel rusty
I
right now.
feel rusty right now,
I
man.
feel real rusty.
I hadn't been in the studio in over a month.
Yeah, I feel rusty.
I ain't had an episode in here in over a month. And y'all know why. If you've been keeping in touch with iBall Radio, man, following us on our iBall Radio YouTube page and also on iBallRadio.com, y'all know the iBall Radio games of the week have been kicking off and they are live and in effect. And we have been on the road checking out games everywhere. I mean, everywhere over the last several weeks, man. It's been a blessing. Basketball season is here. We starting to get ooh, I like this, ooh, I like that. So the phone lines will be open all night. 334-209-5222. Call in, speak your piece. If you've been watching basketball, who you like, who you don't like, call in and tell me I'm wrong. Right? If that's what you want to do. But, man, it's been a blessing, man, to do what we do, man. And this is another week of a jam-packed week for iBall Radio, man. On tomorrow night, we will be live from Florence, Alabama for the iBall Radio Game of the Week, Florence versus Muscle Shoals. I've been told this is the battle of the shows, right? And they say it's going to be packed to capacity. So the atmosphere should be electric for tomorrow night's game, man. We're going to preview that in a minute. And then on Thursday, we got another rivalry game. This is the rivalry week, Breezy.
Yeah.
This is rivalry week this week, man.
Yeah.
We got Chelsea versus Calera. Battle of Shelby County coming up on Thursday, man. Then Friday, it keeps getting better. On Friday, we got another Battle of Decatur. We got Austin versus Decatur.
Yeah.
Staunch rivals, bro. We got
going
rivals
down.
all weekend long, man.
Yeah.
We got rivalry games all weekend long. And then we end out the week on Saturday with defending 3A state champ in Montgomery Academy taking on 7A favorite in Huntsville High. The number one team in Class 7A as of right now is Huntsville High. They take on Montgomery Academy this Saturday for another iBall Radio game of the week, man. So I'm here to tell you, bro, lock in with us all. We got our schedule up on all social media, man. Go check out the schedule. Make sure you're following us. Make sure you subscribe to the iBall Radio YouTube page, and make sure you have your iBallRadio.com subscription. Yeah, I'm in here in fear of God today, man. Fear of God, and it's raining outside, so I got on my weatherized dunks. So we're a little cozy in here. Y'all know it got cold outside, man. And I got so much to talk to y'all about, man. Hey, Chris Dot chilling in the building. What up, though? Work 2 times in the building. What up, though?
Work 2 times.
Hey, shout out to the chat, man.
What up, chat?
Shout out to the chat, man. We ain't
Been a little minute,
Been
chat.
a little minute, chat. We missed y'all, man. Who else in the chat, man? What up to y'all, man? I see y'all in there. But I'm gonna tell you like this. It tells you right now. It says get notified every time iBall Radio goes live. Click that notify me button right now. If you're watching us on Instagram been tripping on us for the games of the week. Sorry we hadn't been able to
We've been on campus, though. We've been on different campuses.
Yeah.
So you know it's blocked.
So Instagram don't let us do what we need to do, right? But I'll tell you this. Go to our YouTube page. If you want to watch us, go watch us on YouTube, man. We are live on YouTube for all the iBall Radio games of the week. And we've had a lot. We've done a lot of games. I think we double digits of games we've done already this season. We're trying to fix the live schedule, right? because we've been having games on Mondays, we've been having games on Thursdays, so we're not able to go live on those nights. But y'all should be using those games of the week as our live because we be having conversations during the game, right? So and we got different formats that we're gonna be playing with here over the next couple of games of the week. So you know, we're gonna open up the phone lines for y'all. Y'all can call in during games. If you're watching along with us, you'll be able to call in, speak your piece during the live call. So you'll be able to do that, man. So just know, man, we got some things coming up, man. And we just want y'all to lock in with us and make sure y'all tapped in, man. But like I said, busy week ahead, man. We got 4 games this week. 4 games this week, and they go from Florence to Chelsea to Austin to Montgomery Academy. So we are up and down Central and North Alabama over the next couple of days, man. So make sure y'all tap in with us. Pray for us also. But with all that being said, man, hopefully everybody had a blessed Thanksgiving, man. If hope you got some good food, you got to kick it with your family and your friends, your loved ones. Hopefully everybody had a great holiday, man. And y'all know this is the real holiday season right now, right? We didn't hit December 1st. The real holiday season
for the Alabama game already. So.
Yeah. And hey, listen, roll tide.
Once that happened, you know, the year over with.
The year over with. Once, for y'all that don't know, for us Alabama fans, once we hit that Auburn Alabama game, the rest of the year is a wash.
That's over.
It's over with, man. It's just Christmas and basketball. That's it, right? So, but hopefully y'all had a great holiday weekend, man. Like I say, hopefully you got to see some family and some friends and eat some good food and fellowship, and say what you were thankful for. Now's the real season. Christmas is, I don't know about you, Breezy, but Christmas my holiday, bro. Like, I love me some Christmas. Like, it's waking up when you were little and, you know what I'm saying, going to sleep and the tree empty, and then you wake up and it's 1,000 presents. You just run up. I remember one.
It ain't like that no more.
Hey, no, I didn't go like that anymore. But I'm gonna tell you like this. I remember one time, man, one Christmas in Southline, bro. We wake up one morning and Santa Claus had hit. You feel what I'm saying? Santa Claus and Brian came. Coach Chill Will came running down the hallway. We had a long hallway. Your boy hit his knees and slid with his hands in the air. Like, yes, Santa Claus.
Oh, Chill Will about 9.
We were younger than that, probably, cause you know what I'm saying. We were younger than that. He was probably about 7. You know what I'm saying? I was probably 4, 5. You know what I mean?
I can see Brian doing it.
Yeah, dog. Man, it was so funny. He was probably about 9. But yeah, man, that was funny, man. But yeah, so happy holidays to all y'all out there, man. Hopefully y'all are rocking with iBall Radio for the holiday season. Because like I say, man, our December is packed to capacity. Hopefully y'all have been tapped in for all of November, man. We had a exciting November going from Minor to Pinson Valley to Athens. Where else we went, Breezy? Columbus.
Columbia,
you know what I mean? Where else we went? We went in a lot of places.
We went to Clay
Chalkville. Hopefully y'all were able to catch all those games. I need to pull the schedule up while I'm just sitting here yapping. I can look at it. You did. Yeah, man. So yeah, we've been to Minor, we've been to Sparkman, we've been to Athens, we've been to Pinson, we've been to Clay, we've been to Columbia, and then the good part about that Minor and the Caleb White at Pinson was we got to see multiple teams. It was multiple games going on. So we probably did. I remember one point we probably did 14 games in like 3 days, bro.
Yeah, we did like 5 in Pinson.
Yeah, we did.
It was 5 or 4.
5 in Pinson, 5 in Minor. And then the other ones, that's 14 games, bro. 15 games.
In 1 week.
In 1 week. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully y'all been following along with us, man. Pelham is up 21-14 at the end of the first quarter. Thank you for that update. I might get Breezy to pull up a game on NFHS, man. Because we actually got Pelham against Prattville. All right, thank you, JHC 2424. Appreciate that update. We will actually be in Pelham for iBall Radio Game of the Week on December 8th. So next Tuesday?
Next Tuesday.
Yeah. No, next Monday. Yeah, next Monday we'll be at Pelham. And guess what we got, Bree? Pelham versus Hoover.
Okay.
We got Pelham versus Hoover next Monday. So make sure y'all stay in with us. We got Pelham versus Hoover next Monday for iBall Radio Game of the Week next week. That'll be 5 games in 7 days.
Hey, it's game time.
It's game time, including the weekend, bro. We got 5 games in 7 days.
We ain't out here playing.
We not playing, man. We setting the bar really high, man. Y'all got to catch up. Landon Malone 09 says Sparkman the most underrated team in 7A. We gonna get to Sparkman. We listen. We had Sparkman up close and personal for the Bob Jones game to kick off the season. And you know, we talked about that. We've been on live and we broke down that game. We talked about it. You can still go watch it if you want to go back and watch that game. Watch the call of that game. Just go to iBall Radio YouTube page, man, and you can watch all of these games over and over and over as many times as you want. But I'm gonna tell you, Sparkman being the most underrated team in 7A is a challenge for me, and let me tell you why. Do I think they're good? Yes, right? They're just in a tough area, right? They are in a super tough area. Can they be better than Albertville? Yes. They could potentially beat Albertville and get that second spot in that area. Do I think they could beat Huntsville High? No, I don't.
No.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
No. Not right now.
Right.
Not right now. You know what I'm saying? And we getting close to area play, but nah, not right now.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
So, do I think Sparkman can win? Here's the other thing. Grissom is not no joke. We had Grissom versus Columbia, right? We had Grissom versus, and Grissom put it on Columbia. Right. And then I got a chance to see Grissom again at the Holiday Hoops Giving. Right? Grissom is not a bad basketball team. They are much better. And I remember Jack Doss told me this at the iBall Radio North Alabama Media Day, right? He told me this. He was like, we're going to sneak up on some people this year, right? He was like, we're going to sneak up on some people this year. He's like, I know y'all not high on me, but I'm telling you.
Right.
And I think we short-siding Grissom.
I'm going to be that net in your face.
Grissom they can guard the basketball. Their defensive effort from all 5 guys that's on the court at any given time, and then they got a young kid in 2029, Josh Thomas, who's thoroughly impressed through the first little bit of this season. He plays with a motor that just resonates through everybody else. And then the kid, Sidney Brown, 2028, Sidney Brown, he's shooting the cover off the basketball. Right. So, and then they got the bigs and Dench and Makai. I always say his name wrong. Makai, something like Singleton.
Okay, right.
Singleton, right?
Singleton, yeah, that's
so
easy.
I think we're sleeping on Grissom.
Okay.
Now, I will tell you this. About Sparkman. Sparkman has very good guard play. The young kid, Bird, I think he at 2029 also, is very impressive. He might even be 2030.
Oh, yeah, the 29, yeah, the 30, yeah. He was
either 29 or 30, but he's super young.
Yeah, he's super hooping.
He's hooping, though, right? They got 2 ninth, yeah, he's in 9th grade. They got 2 ninth graders in that backcourt that play a lot of minutes. And then you got your veterans like you got in Tyreek and Eli. With Tyreek and Eli as your staples, right? And then you got players on the wing that can really go get it done. Listen, what's my man name, man? Number 5. His name is slipping my mind right now. But the big he's not really a big. He's a 2028 kid also. He's not really a big, but he plays that role for Sparkman, right? I just think they're gonna struggle with the size of Huntsville High. But I think that's a very good matchup with Grissom. And I also think that's a very good matchup for Albertville, right? Now, Trey Bright has been playing really well for Albertville in that big role for them, right? So I that is a tough area to call right now. I think Huntsville High is the favorite, but I think either one of those other 3 could easily win that second spot in that area. Straight up.
Just like that.
Yeah. Nephew in the building, Gage Mayfield in the building. What up, though?
What up, though?
Mr. Trenches, what up, though? Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Tell a friend and tell a friend. iBall Radio is live. But yeah, I even got a chance over the holiday break, Thanksgiving break, to go up to Vestavia Hills and check out Hale County. Speaking of my nephew in the building, got to see them up close and personal. And bro, they had 3 dunks. They had 3 dunks and 4 attempted dunks by 4 different players in the first 5 minutes of the game. They are they are one of the most athletic teams, especially at the guard position in the state of Alabama, regardless of class. They are arguably one of the top 3 to 4 teams in the state of Alabama, regardless of class, anywhere. Anyway, right? They are super deep. And I was questioning their depth until I went and saw them play.
Right.
And then once you see, okay, they can play a lot of different people, a lot of different combinations. Coach Butler can play a lot of different combinations, right? So with those combinations, he's able to, all right, I can rest Zamarion here, right? But I'll leave Gage, Omar, and I forget their point guard name, him on the court, and I put another point. But they got a couple of shooters that just don't mind going to stand in the corner and knock down shots.
Right. I'm a shooter.
I'm a shooter.
I'm a corner boy.
I'm a corner boy. And if you got depth,
and
you got somebody who's willing and able to be a corner boy, especially playing off a guy like Gage, especially playing off a guy like Z. If you're able to do that, that's good. Now, what I did recognize, bro, they got to stop turning the ball over.
Yeah, moving fast.
Oh my God, bro. They turn it over. Now, they were up big on Hueytown during that game, right? They were up big. But my thing is, you don't want to create bad habits, right? You don't want to be in a situation where turnovers against pressure and more importantly, full court pressure is the norm.
Oh, yeah. You don't want that.
Right? Like you're having issues just getting the ball in bounds, not getting cross half court and breaking the pressure, actually getting the ball in bounds. So they got to shore up that press break. And I wrote an article on that. You can go read it right now, iBallRadio.com, when I broke down that game. They got to shore up. And hopefully y'all following me on X, man. Go follow iBall Radio on X because we do a lot of updates on X during in-game updates. And they got to shore that up.
Yeah.
They're going to have to shore it. Yeah, because a team like Montgomery Academy pressures you the whole time. Now, their depth isn't what it used to be. So Coach Aran is probably going to have to do some maneuvering, of his coaching and defense, because he can't pressure you for 32 minutes full court, in my opinion, and continue to have fresh bodies. That's why Huntsville High is so good at what they do. They pressure you for 32 minutes, but they're running in so many bodies that they're able to stay fresh.
Yeah.
Right?
That's important.
That's another thing for Sparkman. Sparkman, even though they were up big on Bob Jones during the game, they struggled with turnovers, right? Like, I think they had 15 plus turnovers in that basketball game, right? Which allowed Bob Jones to cut it down and get back up. If y'all have been following this season so far, and we've talked about this, it's hard to predict because you'll have a team go look really good against somebody and then go cough it up against somebody, especially in that North Alabama area, and then go cough it up against somebody else. Like Bob Jones looked like they looked against Sparkman, where Sparkman won that game big. Hazel Green goes and beats Sparkman. Bob Jones turns around and beats Hazel Green, right? So it's hard to predict early in that November first month of the season where it really is, right? Where we at with it. And I might throw out a ranking, man. I might sit down and put me a ranking out.
So what you think the issue is? I mean, if a good team going to lose to a not good team.
It's matchups.
The matchups?
Yeah, it's matchups. It's rivalry. It's different set of referees, calling games different.
Now that's important.
Right? Like, so I would say this. And then a lot of these squads, like even our game tomorrow, Florence versus Muscle Shoals, who we're going to break down in a second. This Muscle Shoals first game of the season.
No.
Yes.
Because of football.
Yes. They went deep into the football playoff. This is their first game of the season.
So they behind the curve.
Bro, they're playing Florence and already played 7 games. Right?
Yeah.
A school like Murphy, who we got in January, they done played 11 games already.
Wow.
This Muscle Shoals first game. If I'm not mistaken, Enterprise, who we also got in January, Enterprise just played their first games over the Thanksgiving holiday.
That's crazy.
You feel what I'm saying? Like these teams are 1, 2, 3, no games in.
So right, so they're gonna be playing 4 games a week,
Cramming.
games.
I remember we had
That's
a conversation when we were in where were we at, Breezy? Was that Coach Hill? I think that was Coach Hill from Minor.
Might have been.
He told us, he was like, man, in his whole career, even at Tarrant and now at Minor, I don't think he's ever played a full 30-game season. That was either him or Coach Walker at Athens. One of those two, I recall saying that.
Yeah, it might have been Athens.
It might have been Athens because we were standing outside.
Yeah, it might have been Athens.
And he was like, man, I've never played a 30-game schedule in my career. And he was at Decatur and then Athens.
That's crazy.
Right? So, like, these teams really don't even get their full allot. You'll see teams playing 24 games, right? Because they only got 5, 6, 7 weeks to get them in. If you don't start playing the December 1st, you're not playing, you got the Christmas break. So you're not playing too many games. You might get, 7 games in, 8 games in December, 9 if you're lucky. And then you got 1 month of January. And it's area play, then it's area championships, then it's regional. So like these teams don't ever get 30 regular season games like they're allowed to get because football season, no, it's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, for sure.
Nephew in the building. What up, though?
What up?
Darian Reddick in the building. Go Warhawks. He say, congratulations to him signing with Calhoun. Right.
Okay.
We got to see Darian play at the Caleb White tip-off classic with McAdory.
Yep.
They lost that basketball game, but if you want to go watch us call that basketball game, it's up right now on iBallRadio.com and the iBall Radio YouTube page. Our fam in the building, Hudson Athletics in the building. What up, though? Yeah. And Fire in My Eyes says matchups and chemistry. A lot of teams in this area have players in different, bigger roles this season. True. Especially he talking about that North Alabama area.
Right.
That is completely true. Like when you go look at a team like Grissom, bro, that roster's so young. Remember I just told you, I was saying 2029, 2028, 2028. Like that's a young basketball team, right? And if you really look at Huntsville High, that's a young basketball. Evan Tom's 2027. Hudson Gossett 2027, right? Like those are young basketball players that are playing huge roles in this season. The same, I just told you, Sparkman got 2 9th graders they depended on to handle the basketball, right?
Yeah.
So, like, it's going to be up and down nights for them, right? Same thing for Bob Jones, right? Ty Pace running the show over there, 2028. You feel what I'm saying? Like, these are young guys that are having to play, like you said, having to step up into bigger roles, and until they get, their feet wet, it's gonna be a struggle at times, right? Yeah. You're gonna have up and down, and you see, I remember seeing Coach Starkey face, bro. When they were playing Sparkman, that game was crazy, man. If you recall, man, they had technical fouls. Like Bob Jones had jumped out early, then they got 2 techs for taunting, and it
killed the momentum of the game.
It killed the momentum of the game.
Early.
They were never able to recover the rest of the time. And then Jacob Parks got in foul trouble. He ended up fouling out of that basketball game. So, like I say, a lot of these teams aren't as deep. Like I said about Montgomery Academy, I don't think they're as deep, right? So, with all that being said, I'll tell you this. I have not seen I watched a lot. I have not seen a favorite team except in 2 classifications. 2A Providence Christian, I think they're going back to back. And I like Hill County in 3A.
I knew Hill County was coming.
Right? Those 2 feel the most secure about me saying that they're going to be there in the end.
Right. I feel you.
Now, granted, Montgomery Academy has only played, I think, 3 games, and that was last week for the Larry Chapman before Thanksgiving, 3 days of the Larry Chapman before Thanksgiving. But you got to understand, they just lost in football that Friday night before. So you got to understand, they come off the football field on a Friday to play a game on basketball on Monday.
Yeah.
They ain't even practiced.
Yeah, that conditioning ain't right.
Like, they have no chemistry. Now, Mason Ellis,
chemistry.
2028 Mason Ellis in that first game had 35 points for Montgomery Academy.
All
He's
out.
looked like he's ready to have a breakout season this year, right?
Right.
Came off the bench for last year's state championship team. Now that those seniors are gone from Montgomery Academy, he's stepping up into a larger role like we just had the conversation about. But his first game out, he had 35. Second game turns his ankle. Third game doesn't play against Lee Scott, they're gonna see Lee Scott in the regionals at some point. I think. If I don't think they're in the same area. I don't think so. Don't quote me on that, but they might be in the same area, right? But anyway, all of them go to that regional at Alabama State. Right? Hale County, Midfield, Montgomery Academy, Lee Scott, all of them go to. So they played Lee Scott without Mason Ellis, and they end up losing that basketball game. And you can look out on the court watching that game. Jared Friendly nor Braden Gordon looked like they were in any basketball shape, with both of them just coming off the football field, right? And I watched their football game that Friday night. They lost to Bayside down at Bayside. I watched that game, and it was a lot of goal balls to Jared. You know what I'm saying? So his body been getting beat up at that wide receiver position, right? Him and Bray. So my thing is, neither one of them should have looked like they were ready to play any basketball. Do I hope that they look better on Saturday when they go up against that juggernaut in Huntsville High? I sure hope so.
I hope so.
Because it could get ugly fast if not. Especially playing Huntsville High on that little bitty small court that Montgomery Academy got.
Okay, yeah.
And I just told you, Huntsville High gonna press you to get off the bus till you get back on it.
Right.
That's just how Swears plays. So that shrunken court, there ain't a lot of space out there. So will Montgomery Academy be able to exploit those gaps, right? Get into those gaps of that pressure that Huntsville High gets and get some easy baskets, get some runouts, get some knockdown threes, right? And just be bigger and stronger on that wing position with Bray and Jared, and let Mason just get loose, right? Like, that's their best chance. But here's the thing. I told you, Montgomery Academy pressures you all over, right? Lewis and Gossett and Bobbitt, they're going to have to handle that pressure also, right? A lot of teams don't press Huntsville High back, but when they do, which Burkmark did a little bit of at the Holiday Hoops Giving, they made them turn it over, right? They made it. Now, Tyson Bobbitt, 2028 Tyson Bobbitt, the transfer in from Oklahoma, had 25 points in that Burkmark game, right? So he's starting to get settled in, and we know how Hudson Gossett shooting the basketball, and we know how dominant Evan Thomas is. That game can get ugly fast.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now,
don't take much.
we're not familiar with what Muscle Shoals has, because, like I said, they hadn't played a game. Now, Florence has started off the season tough. They played 7 games. They hadn't won one yet. They're 0-7 on the season. But if you go look at their schedule, you go look and you be like, whoo, Dylan Burleson, man, you put your boys out there. Like,
I think he said that when he came to Media Day.
He said it at Media Day. He's like, man, I start off with the smoke. We ain't, and he said that. He's like, I ain't ducking no smoke.
He said that.
Right? And they've been unable to get a win. They lost to Sparkman twice. They started off the season with Huntsville High. But here's the thing about when you look at Florence's schedule. Florence has lost, I think, 3 or 4 games by less than 4 points. Right? So I think they lost to 2 to Albertville. They lost to by 3 to I think Grissom. But here's the thing. They started out with a gauntlet.
Right.
Would Coach Burleson like to have gotten a win or two somewhere in there? Of course.
Right, let me sneak one in.
Let me steal
this book from you.
Exactly. So, of course, but they weren't able to do that. However, Jay Sheon Payne, Jay Shard, all these guys, man, Jalen, I think they're going to be. Now, it's not the same names I was naming last year. All those guys have gone on to play college basketball. Matter of fact, Bryant just got Player of the Week, if I'm not mistaken, at Montevallo, D2 Montevallo, right? I think he got Player of the Week, or Freshman of the Week this past week with his performance, right? So And I've been following my guy up there, Blackhawk,
Yeah.
right? Jalen, the two Jalen's, right? So my whole point is those names are different. That squad is different. That made it all the way to a state championship game last year and eventually lost to Hoover, right? It's a different basketball team. However, can he maneuver? Now, Austin's tough. I'm just going to be honest with you. Austin looks really good. We were able to see them at minor. They look really good, bro. Just going to be honest with you. And like I say, we got them on Friday versus Decatur, right? Austin looks good. Caden Ricks has been balling. I mean, I think he's averaging 24, a little bit over 24 points a game, almost 13 rebounds a game.
Yeah, he been out there hooping.
Like 3 blocks a game. Like his numbers are ridiculous, right? So far, Quentin Pryor's been playing well, right? From the point guard position, I think he's averaging like 14 points a game. So Coach Phillips has those guys rolling. They look really good, and they're in that same area with Florence. Last year, I picked Florence to win that area, right? And felt good on my prediction and came out right. This year, I'm really liking Austin, just to be honest, right? Thank God we get to see all these teams up close and personal, because I do predict that Florence will get their first win on tomorrow night. There's no way Muscle Shoals coming out the football field and is going to be able to hang with a team that's played 7 games. And I just named you names. You got a great coach in Burleson. Then you got Payne, right? Then you got Jay Shard. Then you got Jalen. So I'm confident in that basketball team that they're going to be able to pull out that win on tomorrow night.
But what was so they lost 7, but like what was the score? Like 3 points, 5 points, 10 points away? Like,
yeah, like I say, down, Huntsville High got them pretty good. I think I can pull it up real quick. Huntsville High got them pretty good. I think Sparkman beat them by 10 in one of the games. Then I think they beat them by 17 in the other game because they played Sparkman twice.
Oh, so I really wasn't no close.
Well, no, but I say they got like 4 games where they lost less than 4 points. 3 games less than 4 points, right?
Just a call away.
They 1 possession away from getting the win.
Yeah, 1 possession.
You know what I'm saying?
One bad call away.
You can say that.
Yeah.
You can say that.
Depending on what ref was.
Yeah. Or 1 bad turnover away.
1 bad, that's another thing. 1 less turnover.
And it could have been completely different. Here to go, they scheduled. I got it up right now. Like I say, they got beat pretty bad by Huntsville High, but then they came back and lost by 4 to Albertville, right? And Albertville is that team in that same Huntsville High, Sparkman, Grissom area that we thinking can make some noise with Trey Bright and the crew, right? And then they lost to Buckhorn by 3.
Okay. You probably missed a free throw or something.
Come on, man. Then, like I say, Sparkman got them by 17. Then Auburn got them pretty good. Then they lost by 10 to Sparkman again. And then they lost to Whitesburg Christian by 2.
That was definitely a free throw.
You know what I mean? So they've been in most of these games.
Right.
And when you're in most of your games, bro, you're going to eventually get over the hump once you keep taking those lumps.
Yeah, you got to keep hooping.
And I think that's going to happen tomorrow. Tory Hoops in the building. What up, though?
What up, though?
JHC 2424 says 38-26 Pelham at half. Appreciate that update. Somebody said Dior Bomber says Hale County so different. That they are. Antonio Hill, Hale County Huffman game was, can't see the rest of it. It's white on me. Oh yeah, he said it was a classic. And Antonio Hill, if that's the Antonio Hill that plays for Huffman, that was a really good basketball game, right? And we got to see Huffman at minor, right? And they lost a tough game to Hayden. That was a really good basketball game, that Hayden Huffman game.
Yeah, it was.
And I saw there that with Antonio Hill, Huffman's gonna be a team in 6A. And I said this on air when we called the game. I said this on air. I was like, Huffman is a team we're not talking about in Class 6A, who's always been there over the years. And I think they just won the state championship in 2021, right? They just won it in 2021. And they've been there. Yes, Peanut has left and went on, who was there forever. Felt like he's went on. He's now at Chipola, playing very well, starting for Coach Donnie Tyndall in his freshman year. So that's a different ball club also, right? But I'm telling you, that's a team we probably not talking about enough when it comes to Huffman, right? But I'll say this. I'll say this also. For our game on Wednesday night, Chelsea versus Calera, right? Shout out to our youngin, Ace. And Breeze, I ain't did no commercial. Sorry. Apologize for that. Before I get into the Chelsea breakdown, we got to give a shout out to our sponsor. That's right, y'all. We have an official sponsor now, and that is the Glenn Wilson lending team at Movement Mortgage. Shout out to Glenn Wilson and Movement Mortgage for sponsoring the iBall Radio live call-in show and iBall Radio games of the week. With that being said, go ahead, Breezy.
Oh, I was just gonna say yes, sir.
With that being said, right? I gotta pay some bills. Real quick, the iBall Radio live call-in show is sponsored by Movement Mortgage and the Glenn Wilson Mortgage Lending Team. Alabama families trust Glenn because he delivers results with the customer care. Visit GlennWilsonLendingTeam.com or call 334-322-4931 to take the next step towards your home ownership. So shout out to Glenn Wilson. And
I might have to get Glenn a call.
Yeah, man. We all do. Glenn Wilson Mortgage Lending Team and Movement Mortgage for their sponsorship of iBall Radio live call-in show, and the iBall Radio games of the week.
Appreciate it.
Hudson Athletics say they sleeping on Jemison. Now, May Jemison. We hadn't called their games, but we got to see them at the Holiday Hoops Givens. And they were able to beat Dothan. Right? I'm gonna tell you what. May Jemison is a team full of. We know the head of that snake, the most athletic, right? In Cortez Hudson. He's been playing very, very well. 2028 Cortez Hudson. But they got a lot of other pieces, and I don't have the roster in front of me. They got a lot of other pieces on that basketball team. And Coach Pete Miller, he plays a similar style to Huntsville High because he was on that Huntsville High staff for so many years, right? That's an offspring of Christian, right? So he plays that same up-tempo, press you all over, play fast, shoot fast, play hard. He plays that. Now, he has a different dynamic that he has to put his stamp on, right? It's not like he got the same kids he was coaching at Huntsville High. You gotta coach these kids at May Jemison a little different than you can coach at Huntsville High, right? And he's doing a good job right now of molding that into something. And they are another team in 6A that's why I say 6A is so wide open. Now, I still think the cream of the crop is Oxford and Gadsden City. Watched both of those up close a couple of times. Saw Oxford at Minor. Then we saw him again at the Holiday Hoops Givens. Then we saw him again at the Caleb White. We saw Gadsden City at Minor. Then we saw him again at Pinson Valley. Then we saw him again. I watched the game with their game, and they played at Into Hoops. Watched their game against Auburn, that championship game when they beat Auburn, right? So I still think those two teams are the favorites in Class 6A. Like I say, Minor was impressive when we had the Veterans Day Classic. With those additions that they got in KJ Benefield and Royan Spears to go along with Carmelo Burris and Isaiah McClain. That's a good basketball team that can make noise, right? We got Homewood later in the year. We got them, I think we got them February 2nd. We got a Homewood game. So we'll be able to see Homewood then that's in the same area with a Minor, right? Then you got a Huffman. Then you got a May Jemison coming from up top. So that 6A class, Hazel Green, right, is still one of the forces to be reckoned with in Class 6A. Man, that Class 6A is deep. I mean, super deep. And I don't think people are sleeping on May Jemison, fam. I think May Jemison has to prove something. You feel what I'm saying, Breeze?
You gotta show it.
You gotta prove something.
I need to see it.
Yeah, you gotta come out and show, hey, y'all slept on us, right? They've won some games, lost some games. I think they lost one. I don't think they still undefeated. They lost the game. Let me pull them up. Let me see. Yeah, they 5-1 on the season. They end up losing to Meadow Creek at Holiday Hoopsgiving. Now I sat there and watched that game. Yeah, they end up losing to Meadow Creek on Holiday Hoopsgiving. And they only lost by 2. And Meadow Creek is a team that beat Hazel Green, right? So I'm just saying, yeah, 1. I'm just saying, bro. Like, and they lost 1 game by 2 points, right? 1 game by 2 points. Beat Bob Jones by 10. Like I say, the game was 6. They beat Dothan by 6, but bro, that game was not really 6 points. They controlled that game just about the entire game. They beat James Clemens by 9. And they played Oakwood twice, right? So stiff competition, not the best competition, right? But stiff competition to come out 5-1. That's a good schedule to play in the month of November to be battle tested, ready to go into December and ready to go into area play, right? So, listen, I agree. Mae Jemison, and that's a team Lance has been high on all year long.
Yeah, Lance liked them.
He likes Mae Jemison.
He said they was what team he said was going to the finals?
He said they had a chance to get there. Because I think they go to that Northwest region with Pinson, Clay, Hazel Green, Muscle Shoals, all these teams, right? They go to that Northwest regional, right? So who can get there, right? Who can get there? So I like them. I do. But I think they are in a prove it state. Like, just don't start off well, finish well, right? And I know you can't get ahead of yourself. You can only play the next game in front of you. However, continue to stack days, continue to build, continue to be a team that makes us come on here and say, all right, y'all, we have been sleeping on Mae Jemison. Even though they 5-1 on the season.
I was wrong.
I don't mind saying I'm wrong, bro.
You can't be mad at that.
I don't never mind saying I'm wrong. Ever. So, all right, man. About time to get up out of here. But so I was going to break down that Chelsea game real quick. Chelsea versus Calera. Calera's a team I've seen a couple of times, right? Seen them a couple of times. And I have seen on tape. I hadn't seen them in person yet, but I've watched 2 or 3 of their games on tape on NFHS. And I've watched Chelsea once on NFHS, right? And I've seen clips of some of their other games. I understand that this is a major rivalry game, right? So you can really throw everything out the window. But I'm interested to see Jordan Garcia, 2027 Jordan Garcia from Chelsea. And shout out to our young guy, iBall Radio, Elite Skills Camp, and Mini Camp participant, Ace Nelson. 2029 Ace. Remember when Ace came to Dothan to the mini camp, right?
Yeah.
He was very impressive at mini camp, right? He just showed he had a different level of maturity to his game. Now, what I saw the other night, a couple of weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, they won a game. They beat Oak Mountain at the buzzer, basically. Ace Nelson gets the ball. I think they're down 2. Full length of the court, lays it up and 1, ties the game, and has to go to the free throw line to ice it with like 1 or 2 seconds left on the clock.
Okay.
He steps up as a 9th grader with all that pressure and sinks the free throw.
Hey, he blocked all the noise out.
And 1 ball game. Right? So
that's good mental.
I'm anxious to see, and then I got Chris Martin now over there throwing dimes all over the floor. So Chris is at Calera. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm anxious to see this basketball game. 1, due to the atmosphere. We go places for the atmosphere.
Right.
But I'm naming these names that I want to see.
Of course.
I'm ready to see 2028 Keegan Johnson up close, right? I just mentioned Chris Martin out. I want to see up close,
Right.
right? Like I want to see Jordan Garcia up close. I want to see how Ace plays on the varsity level up. So it's a lot that we going into this game to see. I don't know which way that game's gonna go.
So it's a lot to look for.
I'm gonna write my article on it tomorrow. My breakdown article, preview article, gonna go up on that. I'm gonna write that tomorrow. But
and then all them theories that you just said, the ideas, when the game happened, then we can
yeah, you can put that. Now I can
we can break it down,
bring it right back, right? And you'll understand why we were looking at it. But just make sure you got your iBallRadio.com subscription so you can read these preview articles and the recaps. We do preview articles every game of the week, and we do recaps. And then we also drop some articles on games that we watch on NFHS that we don't attend, right? Because I'm always watching film. So I might see something, and it might trigger me to go write about it.
Might
right?
see something, might be something.
Hey, might see something, might be something, man. So I'm just saying, bro, make sure you locked in with us, right?
Yeah, man.
Because we just broke down all these games, man. The Austin and Decatur game, real quick, man. I'm gonna tell you like this.
Somebody hit the bat phone.
Yeah, somebody hit the bat phone. You got us turned up on the telephone line.
Yeah.
Caller, can you hear me? I don't hear the phone. The phone might not be working.
I ain't hear it ring.
Yeah, I ain't hear it ring either. I just felt it vibrate. Got it connected. We connected.
It's on up here too.
We ain't been in the studio in a minute. It ain't working for us right now. Sorry, caller. That was I got Lance, man. They ain't coming through for us. But I will say this, man, for that Austin Decatur game, right? Last game, and then we getting up out of here. On that game is going to be on Thursday night. Excuse me, Friday night.
Friday.
The game's on Friday night because Chelsea and Calera is on Thursday.
Thursday, yeah.
Bro, if you have not been watching 2028 point guard Dakota Monkas from Decatur, you sleep. That 2028 point guard class is so damn good. Like if y'all hadn't noticed, I've named like 5 or 6 2028 point guards in this episode alone, right? Like it's so damn good. Dakota Monkas has been hooping all season long for Decatur and Coach Ben Maston, right? Now, I will say this. Watching them play Huntsville High was tough because that's Huntsville High, right? Like they put a lot of pressure on people. But this game with them versus Austin is going to be a great matchup because I don't see a lot of differences in between the two.
Right.
I don't. Now, Caden Ricks is the outlier in all of this now, right? Like he's been, like I mentioned him earlier and told you his numbers. He's been playing outside his mind. So he's the outlier. However, I will say that's going to be a really good basketball game.
Yeah.
And I can't. And then we turn around and we had Athens a couple last week or 2 weeks ago, and then we got Athens again on the 12th because we got Decatur versus Athens at Decatur, right? So interesting to know, man. We got a lot of games coming up, and y'all just really need to stay locked in with us, man.
That's about it.
That's the preview of all the games we got coming up this week, man. Like I say, this episode is brought to you by the Glenn Wilson Lending Team and Movement Mortgage. Make sure you go visit Glenn at GlennWilsonLendingTeam.com or call at 334-322-4931 your path home.
Yep, there it is.
With that being said, man, stay locked in with us. iBall Radio, iBallRadio.com, the iBall Radio YouTube page, and of course, all of our social media pages. Make sure you go follow them, like them, and all of that good stuff. With that being said, Breeze and run the music. Let's get up on it. And there you have it, man. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight right here on the iBall Radio live call-in show. Y'all heard our schedule for the week. Y'all see our schedule for the week. Make sure you go follow the YouTube page at iBall Radio YouTube page. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can get a notification every time we drop content. Oh, I've dropped a lot of stuff on iBallRadio.com under exclusive content and on YouTube. Interviews from past games, interviews from the Caleb White Tip-Off Classic. Just dropped Caleb's. We had Mr. and Mrs. White on. I just dropped that interview today. Also dropped the interview with Coach Maurice Ford from Fairfield from the Caleb White Tip-Off Classic. I got Coach Barber interview coming up. I got an interview with Coach Newt from 205 Hoops coming up. And I got a couple of more interviews. I got Coach Richardson coming up. I got Coach Walker coming up. I got Coach Hayden Hatfield from Columbia, even though they took a loss. I got his interview coming up, man. So stay locked in, man. Go check out the iBall Radio YouTube page and make sure you go get your iBallRadio.com subscription so you can stay up on all our content that we drop on a daily basis, man.
Yeah.
Other than that, man, we'll see y'all online, man. Breezy, holla these folks.
Hey, man, it's your boy Breezy, and it ain't easy.
It ain't easy, man, and y'all already know. They call me Coach because I teach you how to ball. Until we can go live again, or until the iBall Radio games of the week, we up out of here. Peace. Long live Hero.
For sure.